Dini Petty. And for the past 10 years, I've traveled across Canada giving seminars on menopause. Now, it all began because I was a really bad menopause case. And I went on hormone replacement therapy like millions of other women until July of 2002, when the Women's Health Initiative was released and the clinical trial, an HRT, was called off because so many women had died. This sent me on a mission to find a natural herbal remedy that works, and I finally did. It works for about 60% of women, and that's what led me to doing some 50 seminars so far. Plus, I've ended up coaching women that I meet in the middle of a hot flash somewhere, or through a friend of a friend.
Hi, my name is Patty Goldberg. I had the pleasure of meeting Dini through a good friend of mine, Mike Shalou. I was perimenopausal and he introduced us, and Dini put me on this amazing routine. It was a combination of activ-x and chocolate. Now, the activ-x gave me unbelievable energy. The chocolate was for my insane hot flashes. I had hot flashes, probably 10 a day. Maybe 20 sometimes. I was waking up in the middle of the night, ripping my clothes off. I couldn't stop, and I went on the program. 3 days into the chocolate, my hot flashes stopped. I never felt better. I have so much energy, and Dini Petty, I love you.
About 20% of women will go through the transition into menopause without one single symptom. They are the blessed. Then there are about 20% of us who will go through menopause, and although the symptoms will decrease, we will have menopause symptoms for most of our life. I'm one of those women, just call me lucky. The other 60% of women will experience perimenopause and menopause from it's mild, annoying, to it's bad, it's taking over my life, to it's unbearable, it has completely taken over my life. Now, perimenopause is when your periods become irregular, and when you have gone for 12 months, complete cessation, congratulations, you are now officially in menopause. Here is a long list of all the menopause symptoms you could possibly experience, but the three biggest complaints are hot flashes in the day, interrupted sleep with night sweats, and vaginal dryness. Now, we women know that hormonal balance is the key to our happiness, because when our hormones are out of balance throughout our life, we experience, in our younger years, PMS, then postpartum depression, and then perimenopause and menopause. Now, the solution is twofold. One, we need to balance out the vitamins and nutrients in your body, and then balance out the hormones, and then you have one very happy woman. Now, the reason that activ-x and SEM plus 45 are arguably the best vitamins in the world is because all of the active ingredients, the nutritional vitamins and minerals, are suspended in high-grade oil. And this is really important because as we age, our digestion slows down, and so does our ability to absorb. And because these are in high-grade oils, your body easily digests them and your body quickly absorbs them. When I was a young reporter at City TV, we did a story I always refer to as the porta potty story. They put screens in hundreds of porta potties, and then after about 4 or 5 months, they washed the screens, and they found thousands and thousands of undigested hard vitamin pills. And that's because there's so much binder and filler in it. Your body can't break it down, doesn't absorb it, and you're throwing your money down the porta potty. But here's a very important point. Your adrenals are the shock absorbers of your body. They handle all the stress in your life. So if during this time you do absolutely nothing, you are putting more stress on the adrenals, and you start a dwindling spiral. And that's why in this time of perimenopause and moving into menopause, I hear from so many women, I am so tired, I have no energy, I am completely exhausted. Once you're officially in menopause, that's 12 months complete cessation of period, you need to switch to Platinum Naturals SEM plus 45, because in menopause there is a higher risk of heart disease. And the SEM plus 45 contains things like CoQ10 that are very protective for the heart. Plus, it also contains ingredients like ginkgo biloba to help your mind and your memory. Both activ-x and SEM plus 45 also contain evening primrose oil and borage oil, and this helps with hormonal balance, as well as fish oil that helps with your brain, eye, and heart disease. So the first part of the formula is, if you're in perimenopause, you will take 2 activ-x every single day. And when you're in menopause, you will take 2 SEM plus 45 every single day.
Hello, I'm Cheryl Peaver. I was at a friend's house sitting by a window because I wanted to avoid a hot flash coming on, and I met Dini, told her why I was sitting by a window, and she said, "This is your lucky day," and started telling me about this product that really helped her. We talked a lot about menopause symptoms and stuff that I was experiencing, and she told me about this product that I had to try. So she sent me a sample just to try it out, and as soon as I started taking it, I noticed I was still getting hot flashes, but they certainly weren't as frequent as they were. I was getting 1 or 2 a day rather than 1 every hour, and they certainly weren't lasting in frequency or intensity of what I was experiencing before. I used to worry about my clothes sticking to me, and the sweat pouring out on your face when you're doing a presentation or you're in a meeting. And now I don't have to worry about that because the hot flashes don't happen as often. It's usually once or twice, and they're gone almost as soon as I can detect them coming on. So it's really helped, and now I'm telling everybody that I know who is around the same age and experiencing the same things that this can really help.
I started perimenopause 19 years ago when I was 50. Yes, that makes me 69 today. And it turned out I was a really bad case. I had so many hot flashes. I woke up twice every night. My pajamas were just soaked with sweat. I had heart palpitations, urinary urgency, vaginal dryness so bad, sex was painful. I didn't have a life anymore. I, like millions of other people, went on HRT, but like I said, I had to come off it in 2002 when the clinical trial was canceled because so many women had died. But I had a friend, my medical herbalist, Marion Marshall, who was a menopause expert. She made me all kinds of concoctions. I tried them for months. Nothing worked. I had no life. This had completely taken over my life. It got so bad that I went back on HRT. Unbeknownst to me, Marion was on a chat room with herbalists from around the world, and someone mentioned these 2 herbs that they'd had great success with. She ordered them. I tried them. They resolved all my symptoms. It took about 2 or 3 weeks and a month for all of them to go, but they did go. And Marion and I went into the menopause business, and everything was perfect until unexpectedly I lost Marion. And I tried to carry on without her, but eventually I was unable to source the herbs, so I had to close the door. And then fate stepped in, and I met Mr. David Kang, the founder and CEO of Platinum Naturals. When he said that he wanted me to work with the company, I said, "I'd like you to bring back this menopause product." He said, "Tell me about it." And he agreed to do it, and so I worked with David, and then he very cleverly decided to put them in dark chocolate. And the advantage to that is, because of the oils in the dark chocolate, your body readily absorbs it, and it's an extremely effective product. Nothing works for everybody, but this product is working for about 60% of women. So here is the formula dealing with perimenopause, and then we'll deal with menopause. Perimenopausal women, the constant is 2 activ-x every single day. Now, for the first 3 days, I want you to take 1 chocolate Menomelt in the morning and 1 Menomelt in the evening, and you're going to do that for 3 days. Then I want you to reduce to 1 a day. This should resolve your problems as it did for Patty and for Cheryl and for lots of other women. If you're in menopause, we're going to break it down into two different categories. There's the mild, where you're having sort of, 10 hot flashes a day and it's interfering in your life. And then there's the really bad case like moi, where it completely takes over your life and you're getting crazy with this. So let's start with the mild case. In menopause, you will take 2 super easy multivitamin, known as SEM plus 45, every single day. And if you're a mild case, you're going to take 1 in the morning and 1 in the afternoon for 3 days, and then go down to 1 a day. Exactly the same formula as it is for perimenopause. Now, if you are a bad case and you've lost your life to this thing, here's what we're going to do. You're going to take 2 super easy multivitamin, SEM plus 45 every day, and for 3 days, you are going to take 2 Menamelt in the morning and 2 at night for 3 days. And then for 1 week after that, you will take 1 in the morning and 1 at night. And then after that, you're going to take 1 a day. This is the formula that I've used for all the women I have coached, and this is the formula that has worked for so many of them. For the last 10 years, I've participated in giving about 50 seminars across Canada on menopause. Plus, when I go out, I often end up talking with a woman somewhere who's having a hot flash and I coach her. Or through a friend, I meet a friend and I end up working with women online and by telephone, and that's how Linda and I met. I know that when you hit menopause, you went from having a pretty good life to falling off a cliff. Mm-hmm. How bad were your symptoms?
Well, I was experiencing hot flashes. I had disrupted sleep patterns, lack of libido, night sweats were particularly bad, all of which I had never experienced prior to turning 50 and hitting menopause.
How much sleep were you getting?
I was probably getting about 3.5 to 4 hours a night.
So you were a mess. Your life is just falling apart. Who am I anymore?
Right.
You went to your doctor, and?
She recommended just something to help put me to sleep, so that I could get more of a restful sleep. But I didn't want to become addicted to taking sleeping pills every night just so I could get, 6 to 8 hours of sleep.
So you tried some other herbal remedies that you bought over the counter. They did nothing?
No, absolutely nothing.
So you hear me with John Tory on International Menopause Day.
Right.
And it was your husband who went out and bought the deco for you.
Right. When he came home from work that afternoon, I said to him, I need to try this product. Not only is it a dark chocolate, but I need to try it because it sounds like it could be the answer that I've been looking for. So he went and he looked for it for me and he brought me home 2 boxes and I started it right away.
And he gave you a box for Christmas?
He did, under the tree this year. Just
He's got his wife back. He
does, yeah, he's a happy man. He's got his wife back. I mean, the mood swings are minimized. I'm sleeping better. The hot flashes and the night sweats are like maybe 1 a day, that type of thing. So I can cope better, absolutely.
I know you started in Deco and then I got you to take the multivitamins. Have you noticed a difference with the multivitamin added into the mix?
It gives me a little bit more energy.
Yeah.
Which is nice. I've cut back on the Deco to 1 a day and increased my multivitamin use. And hopefully come this spring when the snow is gone, I'll get back out and start running again, which I enjoy doing. And that really helps me. It just allows me to, lead a cleaner life, cut back on caffeine, get some exercise in and just feel normal again.
I can't stop smiling. I'm so happy it's worked for you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, no, thank you. The big question that many of you have is, what is in this dark chocolate? Well, first, dark chocolate has its own health benefits. This dark chocolate is from Italy and it is sustainable, and in it there are 2 herbs. One is Eucomia ulmoides, which is an extract from the bark of a renewable source of a tree that is found in Asia. Eucomia ulmoides has been used in herbalism for 5,000 years by billions of people. It is life-enhancing. It strengthens the core of the body and it calms the nerves. It is known as a tonic, and that means if you took it every single day, it would only do you good. The other ingredient, the other herb, is a mung bean. And mung beans originally came from India and have fed most of the world for centuries. And when you put these two together, you get an incredible menopause relief product.
My name is Sonila Dusati. I work at Domino Food, St. Lawrence Market. One day Dini was shopping in the store and I was on my hot flushes. Dini introduced me to the chocolate and vitamins, which I started right away. And I'm not getting any more hot flushes. I have a lot of energy. I sleep like a baby and I feel great. Thank you, Dini.
So here we are, 10 years later, and my mission is complete thanks to David Kang and Platinum Naturals. Menomelt, combined with either activ-x or SEM plus 45, is helping so many women. Now, I've given you a lot of information, but if I've missed something or you have a question, a specific question you want answered, email me through the Platinum Naturals website, and if I don't have the information, I will get it and get back to you as soon as possible.